Okay, picture this. You can hear the sounds of a city you don't know. You can smell food you've never tried. And you feel the warmth of a sun that just feels different. You're here. This is day one.
You're standing there, and all around you is this river of conversation, words just flowing past. But you're stuck on the shore, totally silent. You desperately want to step in, to join the current, but you have no idea how. So, what's the very first word you reach for? All right, let's really get into this moment. You are a stranger in a new land. And look, we've all had that feeling, right? It's not really about being lonely, it's about being locked out of the world that's happening right in front of your eyes. And that's the real barrier, isn't it? That silence. It just feels so heavy. You see someone smile, and you want to smile back and say something, anything at all. But the words, they're just not there. So, how do you break it?
Well, you start with a simple toolkit, just 3 steps. First, you need the key that fits pretty much every lock. Hola. It's simple, it's universal. Next, you offer up a little piece of yourself. Me llamo, my name is. And then you build the bridge. Mucho gusto. It's so nice to meet you. See? These aren't just words. They are literally the tools you use to build your very first human connection.
So, you're feeling a little braver now. You walk into the heart of the city, a bustling, vibrant market. The colors, the sounds, the smells, it's a total sensory overload. And this is your next challenge. And it's your chance to build on what you've just learned. Look, your goal here is not just to buy an apple. I mean, anybody can just point at something, right? No, the real mission is to engage. It's to turn a simple, silent transaction into a real moment of interaction. And to do that, you're going to need the language of commerce, numbers. You don't have to be a math genius here. You just need the basics. Uno, dos, tres. And just like that, you're not pointing anymore. You're actually communicating a specific need.
So what are you buying? Now you can actually describe it. The whole market just comes alive with color. You see Rojo, red, Azul, blue, Amarillo, yellow. Now you can ask for more than just an apple. You can ask for the manzana roja, the red apple. It sounds like a small difference, I know, but trust me, it's a huge leap in connection.
You know, it's not just what you ask for, it's how you ask. This one little phrase, por favor, it just changes everything. It turns what could be a demand into a polite request. It shows respect. It's a sign that you're really trying to engage with the culture, not just take from it. And this is the reward. Gracias. The seller smiles. You smile back. And it wasn't just a purchase. It was a successful conversation. It's a small victory, sure, but man, it feels massive. You did it. You actually connected. All that success has made you a little thirsty. So you find a small, quiet cafe. It's the perfect spot to catch your breath and just savor what you've accomplished. But of course, a new, smaller challenge is waiting for you. You've absolutely earned this break. No more pointing at a menu. It is time to use your voice again. Time to order something just for you using the words that you now have. And here's something really fascinating, a little cultural insight. In English, saying I want can sound kind of demanding, maybe even a little rude. But in Spanish, quiero is the totally normal, perfectly polite way to ask for something. Just knowing that little fact gives you so much confidence. So you take a deep breath, you make eye contact with the barista, and you say it. Quiero un café, por favor. I want a coffee, please. Simple, direct, and successful. You're not just a tourist anymore, you're a participant. So you're sitting there with your coffee, just reflecting on the day. You've learned some words, sure, but something bigger is happening. You're starting to see beyond the individual words. You're starting to see the structure of the language itself. This is the moment every single language learner dreams of. It's when you stop translating every single word in your head and you suddenly start to see the underlying logic, the secret pattern that holds the whole thing together. Just think about how we describe stuff. We put the description first, right? We say the red book. The quality comes before the object. And that seems totally obvious, but only because it's all we've ever known. But then you see the code. In Spanish, it's flipped. El libro, rojo. The book, red. The main object comes first, and then its quality follows. And this is so cool because it shows a completely different way of seeing the world. First, you see the thing itself, and then you color it in. And that's it. That's the click. It's such a tiny little shift, but it unlocks everything. All of a sudden, you're not just memorizing phrases anymore, you're actually starting to think in a new way. You've cracked the code. As the day starts to come to an end, the city, it doesn't feel so foreign anymore. The sounds are actually becoming familiar. The silence has been broken. The whole world feels open now. And you realize something huge. The biggest wall you had to climb today wasn't Spanish grammar. It was the fear inside your own head. It was the belief that you couldn't do it. But after today, after all those small wins, that belief has just crumbled away. And that is the real lesson from this whole day, from this whole journey. The goal was never to become fluent in 24 hours. No, it was to prove to yourself that you are capable of connection anywhere in the world with anyone. And you are. You finish your coffee and you step back out into the cool evening air. Your first day is over, but the adventure, it's really just beginning. What conversations are you going to have tomorrow? What new doors are you going to open?
You know, if this story sparked something in you, I really encourage you to watch it again. Notice all those small little victories along the way. Maybe share it with a friend who's dreaming of their own adventure. And be sure to follow us for more stories that don't just teach you something new, but actually unlock a new way of seeing the world.